Welcome to Heartfelt Life Diaries, where we explore the profound journeys of ordinary people transforming their destiny through sheer willpower. Life is not defined by where we start, but by the courage we summon to change our path despite obstacles. Today we tell the story of Mohan, a boy who turned the deepest tragedy into a beacon of hope and success. Our story begins in a quiet village, where 13-year-old Mohan lived a simple and happy life with his loving parents. However, fate can be cruel and unpredictable, as dark clouds gathered one fateful evening, signaling a disaster was approaching fast. A sudden flash flood struck with terrifying force, sweeping away homes and destroying everything that the villagers had ever known. In just a few heartbreaking moments, young Mohan lost his home and his beloved parents to the raging river waters. The morning sun revealed only mud and debris, leaving the young boy completely alone and orphaned in a shattered world. With no family left to turn to, he was forced to leave his childhood home and walk towards an uncertain future. He arrived in a strange city filled with noise and crowds, feeling invisible and lost among the rushing flow of people. Hunger gnawed at his stomach as he sat on the cold pavement, watching others enjoy meals he could not afford. Desperation forced him to beg, extending a trembling hand only to be met with cold indifference and harsh rejections. Nights were the hardest, sleeping on hard concrete while shivering from the cold, dreaming of the warmth he once had. Days turned into weeks of misery until he found himself standing outside a grocery store, staring at the food inside. The shop owner, a kind man named Kashi, noticed the starving boy and saw something more than just a beggar. Instead of offering charity, Kashi looked him in the eye and said, "Fortune helps those who help themselves, my boy." He handed Mohan a broom instead of money, offering him a chance to earn his keep rather than beg for it. Mohan began to sweep the dusty entrance, his movements awkward at first, but driven by a desperate need to survive. Kashi watched quietly from behind the counter, observing the boy's diligence and willingness to work for his daily bread. He moved on to cleaning the dusty shelves, putting his heart into the task, feeling a spark of purpose return. At sunset, Kashi handed him a hot meal and a small wage, which Mohan received with trembling, grateful hands. That simple meal tasted better than anything else because it was flavored with the dignity of his own hard work. For the first time in months, he slept with a roof over his head and a faint smile on his face. Days turned into weeks as Mohan threw himself into every task, carrying boxes and arranging vegetables with growing confidence. He would often stand by the counter, watching intently as Kashi calculated bills and handled money with practiced ease. Recognizing the spark in the boy, Kashi began to teach him the names of products and their specific prices. At night, Mohan would sit under a dim light, scribbling numbers and words, determined to master the skills of trade. The day finally came when he was allowed to serve a customer, handing over a packet of tea with pride. The shop grew busy, and Mohan ran back and forth, trying to keep up with the demands of the crowd. But in his haste, he made a critical error, handing the wrong bag of expensive spices to an impatient customer. The customer returned furious, shouting loudly at the trembling boy while pointing a finger of blame in his face. Mohan stood frozen with shame, feeling small and worthless, terrified that he had just ruined his only chance. Kashi stepped in calmly, apologized to the angry woman, and replaced the goods without saying a single harsh word. When the shop emptied, Mohan slumped in the corner, tears streaming down, expecting to be thrown back onto the streets. But Kashi simply placed a gentle hand on his shoulder, offering a smile instead of the anger Mohan expected. He told the boy that failure is not the end, but merely a strict teacher showing us how to improve. Wiping his tears, Mohan stood up with renewed resolve, promising himself he would never make the same mistake twice. Years flew by, and the clumsy boy transformed into a capable young man, mastering every aspect of running the shop. He started waking up before dawn to buy fresh vegetables, selling them for a small profit before his shift began. Every rupee he earned was carefully counted and saved in an old tin box, a growing seed for his future. The day came to leave the nest. He hugged Kashi goodbye, receiving blessings from the man who changed his life. With his savings, he rented a small corner and built a modest tea stall with his own two hands. He brewed tea with passion, the aroma of spices drawing in passers-by who were charmed by his polite service. His stall became a local favorite, not just for the tea, but for the warm smile that greeted every customer. He reinvested his profits wisely, adding snacks to the menu and hiring his first assistant to handle the rush. Ambition drove him forward, and soon the roadside stall was replaced by a permanent structure with tables and chairs. His small restaurant opened to great success, serving delicious meals to the very people who once ignored him. Sitting in his office, he looked at a faded photo of his parents, whispering a silent promise that he succeeded. He remained humble and hands-on, checking every pot and pan to ensure his standards never dropped despite his success. One rainy night, he spotted a shivering child outside his glass doors, a haunting reflection of his own past. Without hesitation, he stepped out into the rain, not to chase the boy away, but to offer him shelter. He brought the child inside, feeding him a warm meal and wrapping him in dry clothes, just as Kashi did. Mohan saw the potential in the boy's eyes and decided to pass on the torch of kindness and opportunity. He gave the boy a job and a home, teaching him that hard work is the key to dignity. Today, his establishment is not just a business, but a sanctuary for many young souls looking for a chance. Mohan stands tall today, a living testament to the power of resilience and the magic of never giving up. From the muddy ruins of a flood to the marble floors of a hotel, his journey was paved with grit. He never forgot his mentor, Kashi, who visited with tears of pride seeing the seed he planted grow into a tree. His hands, once empty and begging, are now full of the ability to give and guide others to success. He realized that destiny isn't written in the stars, but carved by our own actions in the face of adversity. Like a seed buried in darkness, we too must push through the heavy soil to reach the light above. He teaches his team that honesty and relentless effort are the only currencies that truly matter in this life. The ripple effect of his success now touches the lives of dozens of children who have a future because of him. Walking down the very streets where he once begged, he is no longer a ghost, but a pillar of the community. He stops to help those in need, knowing that a little kindness can change the trajectory of an entire life. As the sun sets over the bustling city, Mohan's story stands as a shining testament to the human spirit. Remember, waiting for luck is a fool's game. True fortune is built by the hands of those who work. So, if you find yourself in a dark place, remember Mohan and start building your own ladder to the stars. Your past does not dictate your future. Every new sunrise offers a blank page for you to write your story. Do not just wish upon a star. Become the force that makes your own dreams come into reality. Let the smiles of those who triumphed before you be the fuel that drives your own journey to greatness. One single candle can light 1,000 others without losing its own brightness, just as one life inspires many. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey of resilience, hope, and the undying power of the human will. If Mohan's story touched your heart, please share this video to inspire someone else who might need it today. This is Heartfelt Life Diaries signing off. Stay strong, keep believing, and we will see you in the next story.